Okay, wow. Did you just witness that? The Golden State Warriors didn't just beat the Memphis Grizzlies. They dismantled them. It was a huge statement.
Absolutely. A declaration, really.
But here's the thing, right? The really strange part. Amidst this, dominant surge into the playoffs, Jonathan Kaminga, a key guy, he's on the bench. Again.
Right. Didn't play.
So, is this huge win, maybe? I don't know, hiding something.
Sure.
Are the Warriors cooking up some secret strategy for the Houston Rockets? Or is benching Kaminga a sign of maybe deeper issues?
It definitely makes you wonder.
Welcome, everyone, to E-Deep Dive. We're not just giving you scores here. We dig into the strategy, the subplots, everything going on behind the scenes.
And today, we're zeroing in on the Warriors crashing into the playoffs and this massive clash coming up against the Rockets.
We've been looking at all the analysis, trying to piece together what's really happening. Our mission, figure out this Warriors momentum, preview the Rockets series, and unpack this whole Jonathan Kaminga situation. It's fascinating, isn't it?
It really is. That performance against Memphis, though, that definitely sent shockwaves. Curry and Butler were just phenomenal.
Unstoppable.
But like you said, Kaminga sitting out his second straight crucial game, it's a pretty big question mark going into this series against Houston.
Yeah.
And they're the #2 seed in the West, remember?
Yeah, no easy task. Though the Warriors do have that history against the Rockets in the playoffs, right? 16-7.
They do. But, how much does history really tell us about this specific matchup with these current teams?
Exactly my point. This Rockets team, they're different. Their defense, especially at the point of attack, it can be suffocating.
Totally. You've got Dillon Brooks being Dillon Brooks. Fred VanVleet is super savvy. And then there's Steven Adams inside.
Right. Assuming Adams is good to go, he's a beast on the boards and protects the rim. And look what they just did. Went into OKC and just handled the Thunder.
Yeah.
Decisively.
That gets your attention, yeah. A real statement win for them, too.
So you just know this series could get intense.
Oh, absolutely. The history between the teams, you mentioned Brooks. Tari Eason hasn't been shy. Coach Udoka knows the Warriors. It's all set up for, fireworks, maybe.
Could be some technicals flying, you think?
Wouldn't surprise me. But circling back, amidst all that anticipation, Kaminga not playing in those final critical regular season games, it just feels weightier now, doesn't it? What was your read on Kerr keeping him sidelined?
It's baffling, honestly, because those games felt like, perfect spots for his kind of game, athleticism, getting to the rim.
Exactly.
So was Kerr just taking a final look at other lineups, like locking in the playoff rotation?
Yeah.
Or is there, something else going on? Makes you really question if his role is set for this series.
Well, it brings up that classic regular season versus playoffs difference, right?
Right.
In those last couple of games, maybe the staff just leaned on guys with super defined roles, guys they knew fit the immediate plan for those matchups.
Okay, fair point.
But playoffs, that's different. You get time to scout deeply, craft specific strategies. So could we see a tailor-made role for Kaminga against Houston? Maybe attacking certain players or exploiting a specific weakness. It's possible, right? They have time to prep that.
Okay, I could see that. But then what about crunch time? Game 6, Game 7, elimination on the line. Is Kerr going to trust Kaminga in a massive moment if he hasn't been playing consistently these past few weeks?
That's the gamble, isn't it?
It feeds that whole narrative, he's the wild card. Huge ceiling, raises the team's potential, but maybe lowers the floor sometimes. Bit unpredictable.
And yet, that perception clashes hard with how he actually played against these same Rockets earlier this season. Remember those games before the All-Star break?
Oh yeah, the numbers were crazy.
Right. Averaging, 25 points, 7 boards, 1.3 assists. And the Warriors won 2 of those 3.
And even in the loss, wasn't his plus-minus really good?
Team high. +9 in the loss. So, what does that tell you about his potential impact against this specific team?
It screams, play him, doesn't it? Those numbers suggest he's a matchup nightmare for Houston, so why the hesitation now? Is it really just about matchups and rotations?
There's something else.
Like the contract stuff, the fact he didn't sign the extension is, some kind of message? Or maybe trying to, manage his value for a future deal? It sounds cynical, I know, but
It's a fair question to ask. Business side always exists. Or maybe it's simpler. Maybe the coaches are genuinely still figuring out the best way he fits, especially now with Butler in the mix.
that changes things, definitely.
Look at JP2. Undrafted guy, found his niche. Is Kaminga's situation just harder? Is it development, style, personnel fit, and whose job is it to make it work? Player. coaches.
It's the big puzzle. And then, yeah, you throw Jimmy Butler into that puzzle. Remember Kerr's comment a few weeks ago about the team finding a better rhythm and flow?
Vaguely, yeah.
Some people read that as maybe a subtle nod to how things felt smoother, possibly when Kaminga was out or just coming back. And if you look at the pure record pre-Butler, the Warriors were actually slightly better with Kaminga healthy than they were in that stretch after his injury before Butler arrived.
Interesting. So it's not clear-cut.
Not at all. It just shows how tricky it is integrating these high-level talents. So how do you see Butler's presence changing Kaminga's potential role against the Rockets, assuming he plays?
Well, Butler definitely changes the offensive gravity, right? Against Memphis, it was heavily Curry and Butler.
Yeah.
Big minutes, ball in their hands, making the plays.
Yeah, even DeSantos got surprise minutes. Kerr mentioned needing his rebounding.
Right. And Butler's style. It's often more methodical, isn't it? Slower pace, lots of probing, driving kick. It's effective, but it's different.
Very different from Curry running things.
Exactly. And that more deliberate pace might not immediately play to Kaminga's strengths. Getting out in transition, attacking quickly, playing in rhythm.
That makes sense. Kaminga feels like he needs the ball, needs to feel the flow. Asking him to just be an off-ball spot-up guy for Butler in, 15 minutes. Maybe that doesn't work.
It might limit him, yeah. So thinking about Houston's defense, they're going to try and deny Curry lockdown shooters. How important could Kaminga's ability to just break down the defense off the dribble be?
Feels crucial. If they bottle up Curry and Adams is protecting the paint.
Butler will attack, for sure. He'll get his. But Kaminga offers that different kind of pressure, right? That raw power driving to the rim, maybe getting to the foul line.
Right.
It could stop the offense from getting stagnant.
If they use him.
If they use him. Will Kerr unleash the wild card? That's the question.
Man, this series feels like it carries so much weight for the Warriors' future, doesn't it? Like, these decisions now about who plays could ripple into the offseason. Big time. Butler's future, Kaminga's future.
Absolutely. You can almost game out the scenarios. Let's say they win. Deep run. Curry-Butler duo looks amazing. Does that make Kaminga expendable or at least harder to pay big money?
Or, flip side, they flame out early against Houston. Does that make them rethink the Butler fit? Maybe pivot back towards Kaminga, try to sign him for less than he might have wanted?
It's all on the table.
Yeah.
Remember the talk about maybe trading Kaminga for someone like Cam Johnson? Now Moody's kind of stepping into a similar role.
Hindsight is 20/20, I guess. But the pressure to win now with Butler, it's huge.
It is. Winning is always goal number one, especially when you have Curry. But how they win, who contributes,
Yeah.
that info is vital for the front office going forward.
So let's throw it out to everyone listening. Kaminga killed it against the Rockets earlier this year. Should he be a major part of the game plan now? What role could he play that really helps them win this series?
Yeah, what's the key for him?
And beyond Kaminga, what do you think is the biggest hurdle for the Warriors against Houston? Let us know.
It's just a fascinating matchup, so many layers. But yeah, the Kaminga question, it's definitely the most captivating subplot right now. The stakes are just incredibly high for this team.
Couldn't agree more. And here's that final thought to chew on. Steve Kerr holding back Kaminga, a guy who's proven he can score on this Rockets team. Is this some kind of 4D chess, a calculated risk saving him for the right moment? Or is it a gamble, maybe even a mistake that could backfire?
Genius or gamble? We're about to find out.
What do you think decides this series? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And hey, if you found this deep dive useful, hit that like button, subscribe for more NBA playoff analysis. We appreciate you tuning in.